Hey everybody, it's Marty the JavaScript Party and my buddy Rhett. We just got done with a bit of a heartbreaker. Um, Looks like Angular material just is not going to be appropriate for my other application. But now we can not think about that and move on to this application which Angular material is perfect for because you're not going to use this application for a long time. It's just, you're going to use it, you're going to check some stuff, and you're going to be done with it. There's no reason to not use Angular material on this, and Angular material comes with some amazing features. Um, that video went longer than I wanted it to go, so I'm going to try to make this video go faster. And I can't even remember what we were working on. I think what we were working on was trying to get the actual service to use the these two different values. Um, I bet you in this video, all I'm going to do is just kind of figure out what we're doing next. Because in speech service, we did add, I just don't remember. Okay, so it looks like, are we using, okay, so we're using this here. So we're setting our values, our true false values. So it looks like this is all done. And now we're trying to come up to speed, and we have our uh, process locally and interim results. And I don't think we use these whenever we set up our speech recognition. So yeah, see over here, we just use, we've got this hard coded to true. So we probably should make this dot interim results. So we're going to use the one, and I think there's another one. So this is for our continuous. Oh, and so here's the other one. So we're going to do that. Boom and boom. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of a console log here just to kind of make sure console, just so we can sort of just make sure that it's actually doing what we want. Setting up discrete. God, I love computer programming. Record. I think my other application though might have to be um, abandoned, which is a freaking bummer. Um, Definitely learned a lot, and there was some stuff that I was like, oh, I would do this differently if we have to do it differently. But I'm going to see. I think it is worth trying to unwind. Trying to unwind Angular material just to go through that experience of what that would be like. Like, I don't know. I've never done that before. I've never even heard of anyone doing that before. Um, and how we want to do that is going to be quite interesting. But here we go, paused in the debugger. Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Let's just delete that. I don't know what that was. I don't even want to dig into that. I'm a bit emotionally upset about. Uh, I put a lot of work into that application. But anyway, see, look how beautiful Angular material is, though. I mean, you just can't deny it. Um, its value. All right, so are we set to false? We are currently set to false. It's unchecked. And and I have a console log, so let's just do this F12. I'm trying to move over to using F12 to do that. And I don't even want to think about freaking, I don't think memory leaks and all that is at all an issue on this application. Like, who cares? If we use massive amounts, if we have memory leaks, this one won't be good. The other one, it's like I could see you spending hours and hours and hours building out this really cool visualization or importing some massive freaking STL and or something like that, building cool stuff, and then like the whole thing just crashing because of memory leaks, and I don't want that. I don't want that experience. Um, so console, let's clear this and record it. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. That's interesting. I feel like, but discrete was already false. Oh, and see, we didn't even get the new code. Oh no, that's this one. So let's put a debug statement right here. That is wild though. I don't remember. And they could be just like we have seen changes in the behavior of this code from week to week. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Interim results, yes, so that's false. So we set that to false. Hello. Okay, so now it's working kind of the way we wanted. Now, I don't know if continuous works the same way, but I feel like we don't really need to debug that. We can just assume that that this code is the code. So, hello, how are you? All right, so I don't think there was any change in behavior based on the fact that the interim results is set to false. Now, last time I popped it up and it didn't work, so let's try this again. Hi there. What's up? So it looks like it's returning interim results regardless of whether we set it or don't set it. Yeah, so I don't think that interim results is having any effect at all. Um, if I had time, if I wasn't trying to make this a really fast video, I would ask ChatGPT about that. But now this one is this. The other one is, let's go to the very top, I believe it's this, processed locally. And let's just hit this little back. And then this dot recognition dot. And I guess there's no reason not to do the exact same down here. And it probably might be a good idea at this point to, oh, you know what's crazy though is I never did test with continuous on. I mean, I just assumed since it's not doing anything when it's off, it wouldn't do anything when it's on. So let's do that. Let's come over here, boom, turn our interim results on, and then, hello. Okay, so that is definitely changed that behavior for sure. So I don't think it changed any behavior for continuous when we turned it to false, but it definitely, we got 3 results back, which is really, what's really interesting is the first result, it was like, oh, had a very low, and then the confidence went up to 89 that it was this, and then the confidence dropped to 78 that it was that on the last one. So actually, the second value was our most useful value. Hello. How are you? Okay, so we definitely see some changes here, which is bizarre because we were hard coding to true before. So we're seeing a very strange thing. Okay, so now let's go ahead and turn our process locally on and see if there's any obvious changes. Hello. How are you? So it didn't even ask. Did we get a console error? Yeah, we didn't get a console error, but it just literally quit working. Hello, how are you? Yeah. So basically turning process locally on just breaks it. Just makes it where I guess it attempts to process locally, but it doesn't have anything to local. Who knows? Maybe that's something that I don't have installed on my machine, on my computer. Maybe it's attempting. Like maybe I just don't have anything. That would be another interesting thing to sort of dig into, you know, with ChatGPT. But once I start sort of interacting with ChatGPT to try to learn things, I get one question in, and then it says stuff, and then I get kind of sucked in and start asking more and more questions, and the next thing you know, an hour's gone. So I got to go. Happy coding, everybody. Bye.